Okay, so if we go to the definition of these color coding here, it says that 279, which is orange, sequential revealed verse in the uninitial surahs in the Quran. So 279 is the number of verses revealed in the uninitial surahs. Okay, and 114.6 is obviously obvious. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to go to verse 279, chapter 2, verse 279. That's what I want to do. Okay? And then in here, it says, we've said this before, therefore woe to those who write the scripture with their hand and say this is from God in order to obtain a cheap material gain. Woe to them for what they wrote, and woe to them for what they gained. Okay? So this is what I have been talking about. That it literally tells you, okay, literally tells you what should be the theme of some of the verses in the Quran. Okay, so it literally tells you the theme of some of the verses in the Quran. So in this case, it's verse 279, and 279 are those numbers that we started with. Okay, so we go to this thing, and I've talked about this sometimes, so I'm going to reintroduce you to this. 279th Gaussian prime. 279 Gaussian prime is 3947. Okay, and if you look at the structure of 3947, it's very revealing, because what it tells you is that actually there are 7 chapters in between 39 and 47. Okay, the thrones, which is 39, and Muhammad, which is 47. There are 7 Hamim chapters. So these two numbers, 39 and 47, actually brackets that 40 to 46. Okay, which are Hamim initial chapters. So the index of prime numbers 3947 is 548. But 548's additive prime is 9127. So 279 or 279th Gaussian prime immediately generates 9127. Note that the last verse in the compiled version of the Quran, 1114, is 279th verse revealed, 279th verse revealed in the uninitial surahs. So we just saw that. Okay. And that verse, it says actually from jinns and humans. Okay? And so I just read chapter 2, verse 79. Therefore, woe to those who write the scripture with their hand and say, this is from God, to obtain a cheap material gain. Woe to them for what they wrote, and woe to them for what they gained. Now, in here, again, the prominent role of 279 is the frequency of Taha in Surah 20, which is called Taha. Now, there is another number here in this chapter, which is 796. 796, which is the count of verses containing the word God as it was revealed. Okay? As it was revealed. So God, not only that he puts these things in there, also this is the revelation order of the verses, and the chapters are also kept in check. Okay? So we'll see more of this. 2 times 2 times 199. 279 is the 796th verse containing the word God that was revealed. The indices of these prime factors are 1146, and the last verse in the Quran is 114.6. So you see, they go hand in hand. Okay. 279, chapter 2, verse 79 is 4,692 revealed verse, as you see here in Plum, 4692. Okay, so we didn't know this until today. 4692 happens to be the 424th quint prime, and 424 is 341st composite, and 341 is 11 times 31, and 1131 happens, 1131st prime number happens to be 9127. So again, the order of revelation tells you that yes, this has to be 9127. Now, note here that all of these numbers that I'm telling you, they are independent of chapter 9. Because chapter 9 was revealed later. It was the 113th chapter that was revealed. There was only one chapter revealed after that, which is 110, and it's a very short chapter. It only has 3 verses. Okay, so all of these numbers that we are talking about in here, that we have compiled here, God says, okay, I am the one, we are the one who is going to collect it into the Quran. These numbers did not exist before. Now they are there in front of us. And they have meanings for what these things. So it'll tell you what the actual theme of these verses are supposed to be. Okay? So here we have 4692 we didn't know before. Okay, and that again points to 9127. 279, chapter 2, verse 79 is the 2293rd revealed verse in the initial surahs. As you see in orange, 2293. Okay. 2293 happens to be the 341st prime number. And 341 is equal to 11 times 31, and 1131st prime number is 9127. So both of those numbers in order of revelation tell you that chapter 9 is supposed to have 127 verses. And it just happens that God is giving warning for those people who write the scripture with their hand. Okay? That is amazing. That's absolutely amazing. The warning is very clear that what we are facing with the whispers of these humans here in this case. Okay? From jinns and humans. So we have to pay attention to these things. Okay? And as I said, these are huge signs that God is sending us. Okay? That He actually provided He actually provided this whole facility for us. These table-like type of things called, Excel and all kinds of different facilities that we use. We can use different colors now, so we can actually see better and get the meaning of these things. Okay, this is a huge thing. I mean, why, the number 4692, what does that have to do with 9127? What does 2293 have to do with 9127? Okay. But he's telling us, he's stressing the fact that, look, when they wrote it, they made it something else. Okay. They made it something else, which did not belong to the Quran. They wrote it with their hand. So they added something. And now we put it into the context of that chapter, of chapter 114. So we have to seek refuge from these people. Okay. And as I said, and some of these people could be our friends. Coming there, some people may say, well, it doesn't matter. Okay? It matters a lot. It matters between existence and non-existence. Okay? Existence and creation is based on the truth. Non-existence and oblivion depends on falsehood. It will not be created. It doesn't exist. It's something which is false, and falsehood does not exist for God. And so this is what I wanted to share with you today. And as I said, this information, basically we just found out about it today. Okay? This information is new information, that how these numbers 4692 and 2293 actually generate 9127. And that's how abhorrent falsehood is in the sight of God. Okay? And somehow that is combined with the number of initials in chapter 20 in the Quran. And that is absolutely amazing. And we should be grateful to God for all of these blessings that He has bestowed upon us. And He gives us new information to make us actually attain certainty. That we are certain about God. That we have to know and understand that God is. Not to have any doubts about it. Okay? I'm going to stop here and we'll finish off. Joma Allahu Kabir.